Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Amber. This is my channel of Foxglove's Handiwork. Today's video is a thrift with me looking for Goodwill's color tag sale. So here in Minnesota on Thursdays, they have a color that is 50% off, and it's always fun to kind of scavenge and look for that color. I often end up taking more with me than I got on sale, but I certainly don't need any excuses or reasons to go thrift shopping. So I'm gonna roll that film for you now. The color tag sale for this Thursday was the color blue. So looking through the dishware and glassware, not having a lot of luck finding blue items, but I do not give up. Keep going. I am drawn to pretty florals, handmade items, kind of delicate, vintagey looking things. My style, I would say, is kind of home. I don't even know how to describe my style, but always looking for kind of earthenware, florals, butterflies, those kind of items. I'm always sure to check out kind of the trinket area because you never know what you're going to find, and often I find handmade kind of pot items. So there were actually several blue items in this section, but just not quite special enough for me to take home today. I love finding these large pottery pieces that have a homemade quality. Always making sure that there's no chips or cracks. This candlestick was really cool. There's turned wood. Really cool. I always peruse the candles section. I remember these from my childhood. The layered wax candles that are cut into intricate designs. Here's another little blue tagged item, but just not special enough. These little crocks are a dime a dozen. I already have a few. Checking out the craft area is something I always make sure to do. You just never know what goodies you might find. As a crafter, I make sure to check out this aisle. On the lower shelf here were these bundles of fabric, and my eyes just lit up. I have been dabbling in more sewing and quilting, and so I knew that some of these bundles had to come home with me, even though they are not the blue tag. Just the collection and the amount was perfect. So in the cart we go. This Pepsi crate was on the bottom shelf, but it caught my eye. I knew I had to check it out. It definitely looked vintage, high quality, so that had to come home with me. In the elevator we go. This Goodwill has 2 stories. It's actually a newer building, but all of their clothing and fabric is upstairs. So I made my way to the tablecloth napkin section. at the back corner here. Sometimes I don't always check this out just because it is upstairs, but it is worthwhile to check it out once in a while. Off to the second Goodwill store. It gets so dark in February, but slowly the days are getting longer. See what we can check out here. Back in the furniture section, these cool lamps. Interesting. Nothing major, but this Singer sewing machine was so cool. I see so many of them, and I'd love to pick one up for a project. This frame was pretty neat. Loons are the Minnesota State bird. I liked the frame, but I didn't pick that up. Again, another kind of bird, beautiful, kind of botanical type print. Always gotta check out the baskets. I have a collection already, but finding something that's unique. This bowl here was really cool. It was not a sale ticket item, so I decided to leave it. This candlestick was really unique. It was different stones like that. I didn't pick it up, but I just thought it was really cool. These sweet little kind of earthenware cups. Again, checking out the trinket area. Just never know what you're gonna find. This little tiny teacup was the cutest little thing I think I've ever seen. Never seen a teacup that small. I didn't take it home, but it was just so darn cute. I always check out the jars. I have quite a collection. I like putting my pantry items in them. This blue teapot was just super sweet. So checking out all the pottery and looking for pretty florals. There are quite a few floral little mugs today. Nothing that quite piqued my interest. These ones were actually quite adorable. I might see if they're still there for the yellow color tag, kind of 70s. Strawberries. I am such a sucker for strawberries. I found this set of kind of dessert plates. So sweet. You'll see a better close-up in the haul later. This is a Pier 1 plate Macintosh. I've totally seen the Thrifting Twins pick that up. This kind of looked like Franciscan ware. I think it was actually a knockoff. These mugs had this sweet little chickadee. Super adorable. Welcome back. Now it's time for the haul. I went to 2 stores, as you saw, and the first store I found this Pepsi-Cola tray, or crate, that's probably a better word. So I was pretty excited to find this. I could tell that it was definitely older. Paid $5 for it, which I thought was pretty good. You know, it's wood, it has those metal details. I know that the Coca-Cola ones probably are more valuable. However, I think this is so cool. There's so many different possibilities. I could put my mosaicing stuff in it, or crafting stuff, or like gardening, tools, but just having a really sturdy crate is so useful. And like back in the day, there was no cardboard or plastic, right? Everything was crates. And so I love this. I'm excited. I've been actually looking for one, so this was a good find. Also at the thrift, the first one, I found more clothing items. So actually this little top, it's from Loft. It's a fleece and it has a really fun herringbone pattern in there. But yeah, I kind of wanted a little freshen up. So I found this. My channel I'm more focused on decor and objects than clothing per se, but I'm always on the lookout. So I found this kind of peach tan, it's Banana Republic, and it's wool. And I actually have a similar one to this that's blue, but it's been like shrunk in the wash. So super cozy, super soft. I also found this floral button up. It's linen, it's 100% linen, made in Italy, pretty nice, you know, it's a fancy tag. Might be a men's, not quite sure, but something loose as it gets warmer. I'm a teacher, and so having some nice teacher clothes is what I was on the lookout for. And then I found a sweater, like 100% wool sweater. I'll have to throw in a caption or a picture somewhere. I gave it to my partner and he loves it. It's 100% wool and had this tag. This tag was still attached to the sweater. So originally it was $114 on sale for $99, 100% wool. I don't see a date on this tag, but it looks old. Oh, I can't quite tell. Oh, that's the item number. But yeah, just super cool. Adherence Company. Oh, men's division. 384th 5th Avenue, New York. So I found this Pottery Barn napkin that is just beautiful. So beautiful. Just one, unfortunately, but that floral, the floral is so lovely. I thought it could be, you know, you could put on a little, like a little tablecloth, or it could be used on a, you know, tablescape. Sometimes like wrapping up, if I make homemade bread, you know, wrapping it up in a nice cloth like this, just adds a sentimental touch. So this was beautiful and had to come home. And it was one of the few blue tag, so I got that for $1.50. Exciting. I always check out the arts and craft area. I check out the yarn, see if there's any yarn, and just peruse. You never know what kind of crafty stuff you'll find. And today, or when I went shopping yesterday, found several things of fabric. Super exciting. If you've been watching my channel, I'm dabbling in quilting. finding some really cool fabrics. So this bundle was $5. It was not a blue tag, but take these apart so you can see. So really sweet florals. Oh, this has some cat hairs. Oh. Ooh, this is pretty. Kind of like a hydrangea print. And what I like about these is that there's, I've definitely thrifted fabrics where it's like really small scraps and I'm like, I'll use those. But I like how these are pretty, you know, probably a yard, half a yard of material. And so gives me a lot of opportunity, or very versatile, right? I could do a pretty large project. Here's another pretty floral. This one, it's a little simpler, but that's okay. Sometimes you need the simple ones to balance the more decorative or detailed. This one's so pretty. In my pine scented little pillow that I made, I was really interested in this log cabin pattern. Pop a picture. And these would go, I think, really well with that kind of patchwork quilting. Ooh, that's really Christmassy. It has the poinsettias. There we go. That's what those are. Poinsettias and some roses. But yeah, I'm just really finding it. I think a quilt is in my future. So that's all the fabric. At the second Goodwill, let's see, what is the first thing I picked up? I think the first thing I grabbed was this very adorable, sweet brass dish. And no, it was not a blue tag, but $2 felt was reasonable. There once was a tag, but so it could collect coins or rings or just a really, decorative piece. I also found a brass candlestick, which was exciting. I find that brass, I have better luck at estate sales and antique stores. Goodwill, I often don't find brass candlesticks. And so this was a fun find. It's thinner here. It's not the highest quality of brass, but it's good. This is solid. This unscrews. And it was $5, so not a blue tag, but I thought that was a good price for what this was. Baskets. I have been restraining on baskets, and Goodwill's in my area. Baskets have gotten so expensive, which more people are thrifting, which I think is wonderful. But then it is driving up prices. So, which makes sense, right? Higher supply or higher demand, supply, demand, those things. But as it drives up the prices, it doesn't make it as accessible. But it's keeping stuff out of the landfill. And I hope that, I am noticing that more people, especially kind of my generation, but just generally, are being more thoughtful about keeping stuff and salvaging stuff. So I think that's great. However, so baskets, I have not been getting baskets lately. Partly, I have a lot, but this one was really neat. It was not a blue tag, but $4 I thought was a good price. And I had a vision for this one. It's gonna go on my table. It's gonna go on my coffee table. I'm ready for a change. So I have like candle, place for the remote. I got some plates, they're like a dessert sized plate. Beautiful blue flower, earthy tones. They're Macaska, which this looks like newer Macaska, but that's okay. I like this, the color, the glaze. There were 12 of them, but as I was getting ready, setting up in here, the bag that had all these things broke or like ripped, and so I lost the top and the bottom one, but still quite a few. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I still have 10. So I lost 2. Still, I feel like sad. I'll probably actually save those broken pieces for mosaicing, because that's something I've been journeying into. And 10 is plenty. I got the whole stack of 12 for $9. So even with 10 plates left, that's less than $1 a plate. I feel like that's a pretty good deal. And I need like dessert size plates. So that was a fun find. And last, but certainly not least, I think my favorite thing I found on this trip. It's a little broken. Ooh. And once again, not a blue tag, but $5 I felt was pretty good. It's copper. And I can tell because, I mean, it has the copper color, but then some of the oxidization is kind of a blue color, kind of a grainy blue. So that's an indicator that it is real copper. So it has this glass that sits in this craft, and these spindles, they're threaded here. So these knobs come off, and unfortunately there is one missing, but it needs a little love. It's not quite together. But you have a handle here. So envision going on a picnic, maybe got some wine, and here it is with you. At first I thought it was a lantern, but there's no way to get a light in there. But really cool, decorative piece, but then fun for picnic. The other kind of unusual thing is it has like a wind up. There's some stuff down here, which some things probably I think has come loose. Hear that? So we're thinking of, there's the 2 flathead screws here, undoing those. And there's a stamp, might be hard to see, but yeah, made in Germany. So if you have ever seen anything like this, let me know. If not, I'm super excited with this find. Super unusual. I also got these, my second blue tag find, so got those for $1.50. Little cookie cutters. They're from Kohl's. Looks like a kind of an older Kohl's tag, but doesn't, and they're kind of older. I can see I might need to like take some steel wool or something, but I thought, you know, just cookie cutters, good to have plentiful. So thank you so much for following along. Let me know down in the comments what object was your favorite and what you might do with it. And also if you know anything about this thing. My channel is full of crafting, DIYs, thrifting, reusing the things, like all my handiwork, hence Foxglove's Handiwork. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribe for more videos. I try to put one out once a week on the weekends. And you can also find me on Instagram at a.fox.gloves.handiwork for more other little bits of videos and goodies. And until next time, bye.